Anyhow, back again, guys. Sorry about that. Just to take a phone call. But yeah, we will attempt to still make it to this 100 miniatures. It will be quite interesting if I can. But yeah, as I said, I've got that at least enough to have 40 completed. I hope to be able to complete more than that. I did pledge 100. I would really like to be able to meet the pledge that I made. Exceeding it might be a different kettle of fish though. But for me, just getting to the 100 would be a start. And as I said, I've got a few miniatures that I am slowly working on. Paint some green there. I've got 3 crisis suits that I can do the basing on, so I might actually rip into that, because that will actually get, one is almost done, stuff pushed along a little further, because then I can paint the rims of the bases, and that will be 3 more units completed. And make life a little easier. As I said, it gets closer to that. You see, that's how quickly it was for one to be done, because it was already basically done. But yeah, get this this stuff done and make life, or attempting to get to this 100 miniatures, a little simpler. And then we go from there. And yeah, I really want to get back into, once we've gotten past the 9th of May and the million miniatures for Games Workshop challenge is finished, per se. The plan is I have a piranha that I wish to build, mainly because I've got one, and I also want to go and get the Twin Lance, the new tower models, to add into my army, for a few different reasons. Well, one, they are super punchy melee unit. Somehow Tower can do melee now. We love strength 10 guns in melee. Everyone does. No one does. It's a lie. But yeah, like, I want to get the piranha built and primed and painted and whatnot, because they have a very unique special rule, which allows for models that are within, that come, as long as you keep them alive, anything that comes within 12 inches has to take a battle shock test. And we know how important battle shock can be in the game of 40k, because not being able to use strats on models and reducing their OC can change the amount of balance that is, like, it can change point scoring options, it can change a fair bit of stuff. So I really want to get that done, completed, because it's going to add a whole new level of, like, combo moding stuff to the army, which will make things a little bit more interesting, a little bit different. But anyway, that's another model done. Another group of models. Obviously, got to have the black bases drawn over them. I think I've given these guys enough time that I could probably go over them again with the black. So I had let's just see how we go. Whether it rubs off or it darkens it. Darkens it, lovely. I'll run around again, because then this, as I said, this will be 2 more models to add to the finish collection once their base is dry enough that you can say they are done. So 1 and as I stop talking because I'm concentrating, 2. So yeah, there we go. That, guys, actually does make a world of difference because that gives us 2 more done to add to our 9. So we're at, there's 11. There obviously will be a few more miniatures completed per se shortly, hopefully in the next couple of hours. There is those 3 crisis suits, which, same as the drones over here, once the basing material is dry, I can do the rims, and this paint is actually dry now, so I can paint, I can put right, I can go and base these. Look at that. Things are coming up Millhouse, technically. Let's get some basing material on all of these guys, and yeah. We, all of a sudden, will be very close by this afternoon to at least having 20 models completed. I'm going to have to do a little bit of touch-up. I think there's a couple of models that need a little bit of touch-up work done here and there. But as for this, simple as 1 down. Here we go. That's what I thought I might have to do. I might have to put little laser lights on them because a few of them have got, you know, like their lights where the drone light will be coming from is not painted, but actually the ones that I thought it wasn't painted on is. So that's even easier and better. So we just work our way around. And as I said before, all of a sudden we're going to have all these drones completed, which, you know, there's a few there, and that will be a massive boost to what's been very slow for me. I know there is a lot of other models that I have on that list that I started on that I haven't finished yet. There's a whole bunch of Amazons which are packed away in their box still somewhere, which have been primed. The drones, there's a few other miniatures a month minis that I started on and didn't finish yet. They're all sitting just off camera. I will start working on them again. There's a beastman that I want to finish. That'll be one, at least, super simple. He's almost done, to be honest. It'll be more, you know, like getting basing done for him and whatnot, because of a few bits and pieces that have got to be finished off. But mainly skin tones per se. Around his, that's a big chunk of snow, so we can spread that out. Lovely. But as you can see, just getting the basing done, like, and the blue on the bottoms, like on the tops and the bottoms of these clear bases, actually is helping kind of give substance to the snow texture that I'm using, making it look like there is actual depth to it per se, I think. But yeah, I will be planning on having all of these added to my list of things when I post up videos of what I've done, what I painted. Like I've got the eyeballs done there, the lens is done on that guy. Oops. Lens is done there. Lens is done there. Lens has to be done here. It's not been done yet. Gun drone lens has been done. Not gun shield drone lens has been completed. So, you know, again, pulling out all these drones and finishing off the bases was probably a smart move to get them all done. As I said, I've got 20 odd drones off camera to my right hand side that I shall be going and finding the primer shortly and going and putting it in the sun and ensuring that it is warm enough so I can prime some minis, and that will make my life a little bit easier because the way I paint, like these drones have all been painted in different styles and different ways, and some of them I've spent hours on and whatnot, you know, painted with different paints that have since been lost to the anvils of time. Known oil is always a winner. I'm pretty sure I used the other one on these, not known oil, the kind of like earthy one, Agrax Earthshade, from memory, and got a little bit of sponging done to attempt to make it look like they're got a bit of battle damage, but I'm not really sure how I managed to do that anymore because it was such a long time ago, because these models are, you know, painted in the old Tau colours from when Tau came out. So, you know, they got that Tau V8 Orca colour scheme technically. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's so these models painted, or well, based technically. That's out of the way. I do need to go and wash that. But yeah, as I was saying with the beastman, he's almost done. There's a little bit of skin to be done here. Same in here to be touched up. Horns, leather on his strap, some bits and pieces, a bit of leather around there. But yeah, I've just got to figure out what colours I want to use to do that. And we'll go from there, and then that will be him finished once I, you know, add some known oil to a couple of bits of silver that are there, and then obviously the rock and base, which I think I've got a grey for that rock. I just picked it up. That's polished silver. That's not the colour I was after. There it is, grave or grey. Should be able to at least. Paint the rock. Right. Good old GW stand on a rock pose, make you look important. Thought it was only resembled for captains and lieutenants of Space Marines, not other models. Obviously I'm joking about that, but you know, never be too careful these days. People take everything the wrong way. But simply there is the rock painted. So that's at least that bit done. As I said, every time I do this, everything gets a little quicker, a little easier. I'm definitely having some fun, and yeah, That's another video down, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye for now.